But with these adjustment things, you can actually just apply them to every single aspect of tennis, and you will get better. Because being able to track the ball well and know your spacing instinctively no matter what ball comes is going to help you play no matter what type of playing style that you have. All right, look who's back. Part 2.
You're just catching me on the headband pull, huh?
Part 2.
Ready to go.
Or sorry if I sound weird today. About my allergies are killing me right now. So the theme of this lesson is going to be adjustments, and we're mostly working on his backhand today. But we're going to do drills that just help you adjust, because the biggest difference between really good players and guys that can hit the ball well down the middle, but once they enter a match, they just like break down and they can't hit balls in, is because of their ability to adjust. Now in tennis, even if you play someone lower than your level, you're not always going to get the ball you want. Like, they might not even know where they're hitting the ball, so you're going to have to react to a bunch of random shots. And if you're playing a good player, you're going to have to react to shots that they're hitting to purposely put you out of position. So I think this is the biggest reason that a lot of players are like, wow, I hit so well during practice, but I can't hit like that during a match. Because in a match, when you're moving and when you have to do things that require coordination other than just hitting your stroke and connecting your movement with your stroke, with still being efficient and thinking about strategy and all that, then that's where it gets really hard for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that hit the ball really well down the middle. Like, you can hit the ball extremely well down the middle. They can hit against me down the middle. It looked like we're the same level, basically. And then when we start a match, it's like 6-0. So this is one of the most important things that people don't even focus on. So when you go out to practice tennis, don't go for the shots that are uncomfortable. Don't just hit the shots that your friends hit straight to your strike zone. All right, this tip will probably help your tennis more than looking up hours and hours of technique on YouTube will. So let's keep going. So I'm doing this drill with my friend, right? You notice I have him facing the fence, and he's kind of copying a split step by jumping all the way around. Now,
It's like the jump is exaggerated, but it's okay because you want to be able to land and just go. Yes.
okay, so this drill is incredible. It seems really simple, but it does several things really well. That it combines a lot of good things that I want my students just to get used to. First of all, you're not seeing the ball right away. So when you jump and you turn around and suddenly you see a ball on either side, you don't know what's going to come yet. It helps your body get used to seeing unexpected things and making snap adjustments. So the second you see the ball, if you're used to it, you're able to stay calm and just move, rather than you see a shot that's coming kind of weird and you freak out, right? And that's one of the biggest reasons that people cannot play well during a match. They're tight, their opponent maybe shanks a ball, and then the way they react is most of the time an overreaction, and they can't control their limbs because of how surprised they are. Now, this isn't as exaggerated as that, but it really helps you, like, after you turn around for the split, taking everything right away, you get used to making those quick decisions, and then you can move smoothly, like it's like a normal shot, basically. The second thing is it really pronounces the split step and your ability to be able to balance off of jumping and turning either way. Balance and then gather yourself to go either way. So these themes are all adjustment, right? And being able to react to things that aren't perfect. So this is a drill that really helped Philip, I think, because he can hit the ball and he strikes the ball really well. It's just during a match he suffers a little bit because of timing issues especially moving up and back, high balls, low balls. So that's why I had him warm up jumping around for the split. Now for this drill, let me explain this drill as well. I don't know if you guys heard what I said in the video, but basically I'm feeding a ball short, moving on that, working on that forward movement on the low ball, which a lot of people don't do well either because they just practice going side to side. And this low short ball, you don't have a lot of time actually, but it's still important to be able to get there, complete your loading phase and hit all in one move, because if you hit a bad shot from inside the court, you're very out of position. So combining that movement with the very next thing where once he hits the ball, I toss one right behind him. He's got to run back. So it's a lot of spacing, working on spacing there. And this is obviously adjustment, right? 2 uncomfortable shots in a row, but also running backwards, having to calculate how far where you have to run in a fairly uncomfortable situation, and then still loading and getting your body weight back into the ball to still hit a quality shot, even though you're moving backwards initially. So let's just see what's happening. This is kind of long-winded, but I really want to explain this to people. So this is all about calibrating your body to get used to more realistic tennis, like being an athlete, you know. Too much static hitting going on when I see people practice. Like, you don't want to be the player that can hit one type of ball only, and if you play the guy that hits that kind of ball that you like, you're probably gonna win, but you lose to everyone else. Like, you don't want to be that kind of player, because then that makes you really question your level, right? So we have to work on these forward, backwards, high, low, awkward position shots all the time. See, like, I trick him there. I didn't tell him I was going to, and he's able to react, right? Because he's a pretty good player already. Like, that was a little slow on the reaction. So another thing I want to say is reaction and athleticism can be trained. Basically, the more you see shots that are uncomfortable to you, the more you're able to react and move smoothly if you actually practice the shot. Shots like short angle balls or balls that push you back high and deep, people don't practice, so when they get there, they feel like they can't really get any power on the ball. Once you have like a certain stimulus come in to your brain, how you react is going to depend on experience. So if you don't see a shot very often, say you're at the net, someone's crushing the ball at you all of a sudden, you've never seen that speed, you're going to react really fast. Not fast, you're going to react probably erratically because you've never seen it, and it really surprises you. But once you see that speed all the time, you can just volley like normal. So that's the exact same thing as when you see a shot that's not just a normal rally ball coming at you, right? You can train that instincts. It's not just, oh, well, he has good reactions. He was born with good reactions. He was born an athlete. It's not that at all. Of course, talent kind of helps, but talent is certainly not everything. You see on his backhand when he's moving back right now, it's not bad. But here I explained to him that I want him to run backwards. Like, not backpedal, but actually turn and run. He still backpedal a couple there, but you see how much time you lose by the backpedal, right? So especially shots that you consider your weakness, you have to work the adjustments on a lot. It's not only your technique that's going to be an issue, because honestly, if you can contact the ball fine when you're rallying, you should be able to hit. But if you're not able to adjust during a match, you're going to feel like something is wrong. And I'm not saying everyone's technique is perfect, because it's for sure not. Like, my technique's not perfect. Nobody knows what perfect technique really is. So, but with these adjustment things, you can actually just apply them to every single aspect of tennis, and you will get better. Because being able to track the ball well and know your spacing instinctively no matter what ball comes is going to help you play no matter what type of playing style that you have. Let's move forward. I see it's getting a little better, but he's not used to shifting his weight back in and loading that shoulder as he runs to that ball. So let's go to another angle. And these ones he starts to do a little better. Yeah, see that little kick slip? That was a little strange. But
Cannot hit the net here. Alright.
it's getting a little better.
You hit the fence. You rarely hit the fence. But when you're behind the baseline, you should never hit the net.
Almost never. You should almost never hit the net. Depends what kind of shot you're going for. If you're far back and they came in, then yes, you have to hit like more of a drive and go lower. So that's one exemption, but I think you need to, most of the time, you have to put air under it when you're back. So I'm explaining here that when you're really far back, you have so much space, right? You have a lot of space to hit because you're further back than usual. You need to get that through or the ball is just going to be short, especially because you're running backwards in the first place. He's doing a little better. There's subtle changes. At the end, the ball quality was a lot better though.
There you go. That is good. That is good. Adjust.
Yeah, he's doing well. Like he improved a lot. Like these are like the first times that he's doing all of these drills, I'm pretty sure. But by the end, like he's pretty comfortable in hitting them.
Last couple were way better though.
Yeah, so let's show from the back angle again. I think he hits these the best. He's had the most time to it, but he's definitely getting used to it. Yeah, I like that mistake a lot better because it had air under it. It definitely should be a lot higher. Yes, that's good. That was good. Now I slowed down my feet a tiny bit, like the timing, because I wanted him to get set a little better, but this is way better than before. Especially the forward movement. Like I wasn't talking about it that much, but the forward movement there was getting a lot smoother by the end. So yeah, this is what you want to see. You want to see like taking shots that he already knows. I'm not exactly changing his technique or anything, right? But I'm introducing elements of having to adjust, having to use that technique, but in a way that you're not always comfortable. So applying the technique to different situations is the important part when it comes to match play, and that's why people suffer so much. I'm gonna say it, you're probably gonna hear me say this 1,000 times. I've already said it 1,000 times in the video, but that's what a match is. So if you find yourself struggling during a match, if you're someone that hits really well during practice down the middle, you're crushing the ball, but during a match, like you can't seem to feel where the ball is, and space, it's probably because you guys hit too well down the middle, honestly. Like, the person you hit with and you're hitting down the middle super hard right there, and you're good at it. Sometimes you gotta practice with someone that hits the ball everywhere, you know? So you can actually get used to that stuff. Like, I'm actually not good at hitting down the middle at all. I'm more consistent in a match than I am hitting down the middle. I definitely should improve that, but at the same time, you know, I don't play matches down the middle. So that's my analysis. I think we had a couple more drills actually, and they all require forward and back. So I started mixing the forehand and the backhand and having him go inside on both sides and back on both sides. I think people would really benefit from incorporating these drills into their daily practice. Even if you have a partner that you usually hit with, maybe instead of just hitting with them, have them toss you a couple of these so you can get used to running backwards while loading and still hitting. If you guys practice these shots, you'll notice that you can play a wider variety of players, and different kinds of shots won't bother you as much as they used to. And you might even find that you're able to contact the ball a lot better on all parts of the court, just because you've seen these shots during practice and you're able to move to them smoothly rather than be surprised. So we always try to have a theme for our practices. This lesson, the theme was adjustment, and I definitely think he took a lot away from it, and he was really good during the lesson. So yeah, anyway, good job to Philip. Every time I coach him, I feel like it's really good because he's always down to learn something new, or even just remind himself of something maybe he hasn't been doing. So yeah, that's always enjoyable. Don't forget to keep up the support, like and subscribe, and that'll be all. Peace out, guys.